Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another live stream, and today this is a completely random, unplanned stream, and we are going to revisit the Ecomi token roadmap here. And hey guys, I hope you can see the stream. I hope it's absolutely lag-free. I have no clue if this really works. So I'm just going to look at the chat and actually make the chat visible here for me until someone says something. But right now I see nothing yet, so I hope that really works. Let me know if you can see anything, if I am really online. Yeah, so we'll just be waiting a little bit. Oh, there we go. Mr. Planet Profit is here. So if I click that, can I actually pull up a comment here as well? Apparently I can not. Okay, that's going on. So guys, we are going to look at the Ecomi token, as I said in the beginning. Sorry about that. As I said, completely new streaming software here. Welcome to the stream. Smash the like button if you enjoy these streams. And I want to quickly thank my rare hodlers here, my channel members, for always supporting me on this journey. These ones that you can see here, I hope you can see them, are supporting me all the time. Mandangus says, works fine so far. Mr. Planet Profit says, I can see. So that is good, which means that we can actually go here with our schedule. This is an evening stream. Unfortunately, because of work-related stuff, I couldn't do the morning stream, but I still wanted to talk about Ecomi and VeVe, what gets me bearish, what gets me bullish, with you, just share some thoughts. And use this new streaming tool here where I have absolutely no clue what I am doing. So I just set up some scenarios. So let's actually try this out here. So I also set up this scenario, and there should be a YouTube chat here, but where you should be able to see yourselves. But I don't know if you can see yourselves actually. So maybe you can let me know about this as well. And make sure to smash up the like, subscribe. If someone who isn't subscribed could subscribe, that would be really great. Also, you see my YouTube channel here. So check out all the videos, live streams if you have missed some. And also let me know if you can see above my video screen the chat, which you should. Yeah, anyway, so Ecomi has just come out and put up the Ecomi monthly update from April 2023. And Spike says here, Ecomi came right out of the gate with a lot of promises, but soon realized they had little capability to pull it off. Yeah, that's actually a thought that I also had. Let me know if you agree with this or not. Can I move my camera a little bit more there? Yeah. Okay, so Ecomi monthly update, and we are going to then revisit the Ecomi roadmap as I have presented it before. Genuine says thumbs up, and oh, there we go. Now the chat messages seem to be popping up. That's good. Okay, so that seems to work. That seems to work just fine. The OMI integration is interesting. I'm surprised that where's the queue system? Yeah, where's the queue system? And OMI integration is interesting and all, but do we already have it? I don't know about that. So, does anybody else think it's odd that Disney are still partnered with them? Their lack of growth and the mistakes they have made versus deal with Disney doesn't add up, says Spike here. And Smarty Pants is also there. What's good? No matter if in the morning or at night, Smarty Pants is here. Smash up the likes, guys, for that. Spike, that's because on the books, VeVe looks good to them and give them a lot of profit. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know if it's that, or maybe, for example, it could be also that they just have a long contract, or they really see something. which we don't know about, right? So yeah, let me get this a little bit smaller here. Okay, so let's see what the Ecomi monthly update says about April and what they say they have achieved, right? So April began, April Fool's fun and so on, tales of suspense. So what they basically did was to launch this VeVe blog. Which looks good, to be honest. The articles in the VeVe blog look good. They have brought out the Master Collector program. The MCP is a loyalty program, so that is where all of our OMI utility program basically merged into this loyalty program where we don't know exactly what it looks like, which is why I did criticize some of the people also for basically still relying on the burn mechanisms that have been promised before. They said that they are merging the OMI utility into that MCP program, in the broader MCP program, designed to reward VeVe collectors. With the MCP, you can level up and so on. We all know that, right? I'm not going to read that part. So the first phase of the VeVe Master Collector program has been progressively rolling out on the VeVe app in Q2, giving insight into your current collector level, which we have, daily points accumulation, which some people are still trying to figure out if they're correct or not. In my opinion, for example, it's hard to define whether they are correct or not, right? Because I'm on the app since mid 2021 and I have no intention to recalculate my points, my daily accumulation points, or whether my rank is correct or not. And also, I'm not even sure that I have the capacities to do so. So that's crazy. Alongside this feature rollout, we also released some updates, revisions to the MCP documentation, which you can find on the VeVe blog. So that's all good. So they said they would roll out MCP. They did. It was late, as always, but they did. These articles properly introduce VeVe collector levels and ranks, provide additional information on how to earn points, as well as insights into their future uses with the app. As the program expands, it will also incorporate ways to supercharge your points earning by using OMI tokens. And I really, really hope, guys, I really, really hope that this is not the only way that OMI token is being integrated and used. But apparently it's not, because they said there will be OMI to NFT, correct? So I hope you can see that. Can I? So I cannot just shrink that chat to... Okay, that seems to be okay. So let's see. Season 3 OG says, you all know that Disney has a lawsuit with their own governor. VeVe is crushing the game and Disney sees that. People are just impatient. Everyone that's here or was here isn't going to make it. That's true. And I think if you have to give them credit, VeVe and together with Disney, that a lot of these drops are just making hundreds of thousands of dollars still in a bear market. Yeah, you have to give them credit for this, and this is good this is something that's good in the books for Disney, no matter what, no matter if there is interoperability coming for these collectibles or not. It's just something good for Disney to make that money on the side. It's also true that patient people always, not always, but mostly get rewarded if the fundamentals are correct. So Spike says here, it makes me think there might be a buyout, e.g. if Ecomi can hit specific milestones over time, Disney will swoop in and buy them. So that rumor exists since a long time, and it could make sense from one perspective, but on the other hand, it doesn't, because there are also Disney competitors on the app, and why would you do that? Right? So why would you buy something with DC, so competitor to Marvel? Why would you buy something with just random brands from Asia on it, with artists on it? Does that make sense? I don't know. Oh, you guys are going crazy in the chat. 20 people here, smash the like button. Get this video, this stream out here to each and every one out there to discuss together. Get them all in the chat here to discuss together. But I mean, it could be, that wouldn't be the first time that a huge company, especially Disney, is acquiring a startup, right? Disney has acquired a ton in the past. Minus 100% not correct. It dropped me from level 33 to 22, says Mr. Planet Profit here. Genuine says, your morning live stream's hard to watch. 12 a.m. here, Eastern EST time zone for me in Canada. Sorry, man. Yeah, Genuine, sorry about that. I'm trying to get them in before I go to work. So I wake up, I make my morning coffee, I make my morning routine and everything, and I sit down with the content that I had prepared late in the night before, and then I do these streams. But they are usually still valid a couple of hours later as a video. So and usually I can add within a couple of hours the timestamps for those morning streams, so that you can all enjoy them later or just jump to your favorite topic. So I hope you appreciate them. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. But also I want to come online more when there is something to talk about, like today, in my opinion, to just discuss the stuff that is going on with Ecomi and VeVe, especially with the fam here. Spike says, Season, VeVe isn't crushing the game. They only sell to people who are here to make money. It's a false audience. They need to sell to real collectors and fans to even be close to crushing it. I don't know if that's true, because there are two sides of the claims. Like, the side of there are only people wanting to make money, and there are some real the real collectors say that the investors are wrong in that space, and then investors say there are no real collectors there, right? But there are real collectors. We have seen that by now. There are genuinely people that purchase overpriced just to get a specific mint number, which you wouldn't do if you were only investing, because there are some mint numbers that don't make sense to purchase so much money on, but they are going out. These sales are going out. The other side is completing some of the sets is just, from an investment perspective, it's useless, and still people are doing it to take part in the game, in the gamification, in Master Collector. Another evidence for this is that people have been crafting into the gauntlet gems that were clearly worth more than any airdrop could be. Like, if you take the ether together with the secret rare Eye of Agamotto, no matter if the Thanos warrior goes to 1,000, it would be still worth more to just sell off those stones. But yet people wanted to take part in the crafting event that they had building up. And also I did the same. Like, I didn't sell the ether. I thought about selling the ether and the other stones and just purchase a gauntlet from the drop, but I wanted to have that clean gauntlet that comes to me, that drops into my collection, right? And now it will be way harder to let go of it. Obviously, if someone wants to give me, I don't know, like $20,000-$30,000 for my gauntlet, then yes, sure, I would sell. But otherwise, like, if someone is like, okay, I give you 500 gems, that's no point for me selling it, right? Russ Gould says, smash up the like button, people. PH grafting as usual. What a legend. Thank you, man. Thank you, Russ. That means a lot to me. And yes, guys, smash the like button. Smarty Pants says, my MCP is still not calculated right. Already submitted a ticket a week ago. I'm owed about 850 more daily points. I literally took 4 to 5 hours manually calculating to confirm it. That's Russ, you got that all wrong. Smarty Pants is the legend here, who actually sits down. Guys, if you are an investor and you only care about money, why would you sit down and calculate your MCP points for 5 hours that you cannot do anything with right now? Too many drops, in my opinion. Genuine says, yeah, I think if they would reduce more, like increase scarcity, so reduce edition sizes more, they could go on with more drops and achieve the same, and people would go crazy for everything. Russ Gould says, PH having a good hair day. I'm having another no hair day. Holy shit. What? So you're bald? is that what you what you're saying? Hey, you have to admit one thing. I might be having a good hair day, but there is not much beard here to grow, right? So for example, if you many people that are bold, uh, not bold, bald, they are capable of growing these Viking beards, right? And that's also cool. I mean, I'm happy with my hair, you know. At one point, I was actually afraid of balding, uh, and it was when I was in the army and constantly using that. We call it a barrette, the you know, that cap that sits more to the side, right? So I was in the army and I used that all the time, and there was plastic in it, so it heated up, and some of my hairs started falling out, and I was so afraid of losing my hair on the head. But then I came to the conclusion that it was this, and I got out of the army anyway. So yeah, I didn't I wasn't balding in the end, so that was good. PH real collectors are the minority. That's my point. They need to be the majority. I think that's, if you're early in something, that's somehow how it is, right? There are visionaries are seeing these chances in the beginning, which is why many of us, including me, have joined the project. And there might be also a part of the collection which is investment and a part of the collection which is collecting. So for example, in the beginning, I tried to get every common variant of each comic there is, even with lower mint numbers. And there are some that I will never let go of, right? So there will never be the point where I would just move out of VeVe and have zero collectibles. There will always be comics in my collection because I just like to have them, and that's part of collecting. It's like this hoarding mentality. Anyways, our objective obviously here is to discover how bad it really is here with Ecomi and VeVe, but principally with Ecomi, right? So let's look at this update here. So we see that they have been bringing the Master Collector phase 1, where some people that are closer to development say that it's actually pretty easy to get this done, and they don't know why it has taken them so long. So yeah, it's a possibility. By the way, if I go and do the screen capture and pull this a little bit to the side, but then there's a black bar. Yeah, okay. So as the program expands, it will also incorporate ways to supercharge your points earned by using OMI tokens. And as I said before, I hope that this is somehow a burn mechanic. And then there is also this OMI to NFT coming in, and that together would be good, like perks and stuff like that. VeVe drops, so that's basically everything they have in this sense. Then they have the VeVe drop, like the April Fool's one, which was a funny thing, and I think it's still going way above drop price, which was 1 gem. That was good. They had the Earth Day, which I was like, okay, whatever. I don't care about this drop at all. They had the Peely Fantasy, and you have to admit, so you see there that the quality highly depends on studios, right? So for example, the Peely Fantasy figures, they look really, really good. You have to admit that, although not many people are bullish on Peely right now. But in the next bull run, and with more Asian involvement, that could change, right? DC Black and White Batman series was also okay, although I didn't like that they removed the cigar for no reason from the Joker. I think it was it the Joker? Yeah, I think so. Right? Where's the cigar? I mean, Punisher has an M4 in hand, but the cigar is a problem, right? 20th Century Alien movie posters, that is really good looking, right? That was a cool drop, although I didn't get one yet. Then also Back to the Future Part 3, Locomotive 131 Time Machine. That was a good drop. So in terms of drops, they did really well. I mean, these are big brands, big licensors. As always, VeVe is in the A game what regarding these drops. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. So then Patrick Hughes Perspective Art Series, I don't care too much about this, but it involved a giveaway for the ones that got that got this one. So that was good. So yeah, the 3D reverse perspective artwork by Patrick Hughes and so on. So people that participated in that got that. And by the way, if you open this article, you can always go to the base drop article here, which is also pretty cool. Which I don't understand is why doesn't Ecomi use the same block as VeVe to launch these? Why is Ecomi still on the Medium article here? Yeah, then also Ubisoft, which was a big brand, right? Ubisoft Rabbit Collectibles had some fun in April with number of prizes being awarded in the Rabbits AR competition and so on. So yeah, the Rabbits, they were a big drop, but that's all drops, right? So that comic was a big one, Tales of Suspense 39. I participated in the drop and I got wrecked by getting a common, but still okay, I have a common, right? That's good. Almost 40 people in the stream appreciated it a lot. Smash the like button, everyone who's new. And by the way, also, someone who isn't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I really want to see if the widgets are working. If there is like, hey, this and that guy just subscribed, right? I don't know if it's working at all. I have no clue. So yeah, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but I really would appreciate it if we could test it. Yeah, so we also saw the first appearance of the Gauntlet, and that I think that's VeVe's biggest achievement right now, because there is so much that this so first of all that enabled collectible burning. That is really good. It was fun, which is good. The drop looks good, enables an airdrop, which is good. So overall, that's a big success, and I think almost everyone has already forgotten about the mess with the soulstone crafting in the beginning, as they smoothened that out. They did a post-mortem report on that later, which also shows that they have improved communication, which is something that I thought would never happen. And Yannick Rochet just subscribed, which means that my widgets are working. That is good. Thank you for subscribing there and testing that one out. That's good. Yeah. So the Infinity Gauntlet, I think the biggest success that was there, and then huge improvement by Mitch, by Nestor, coming out and communicating more than we've ever seen that before, right? So that's a huge success. Let's see what you guys say in the chat about this all. Thumbs up, guys. Mr. Planet Profit, appreciate it a lot. Russ says, I'm 50 next week, have spent 49 years bald and beardless, then grew a beard last year, which is going crazy. It's gray, but keeping it on. People say I look 80 years old with it. Who cares? When moon? Yeah, dude, I mean, if you are 50 or next week 50, so first of all, we need to then celebrate your birthday, right? That's the first thing. So the next one is, it's never too late, right? For enjoying life, for doing investments, because if you think that that everyone who is alive right now and in these years, like 30, 40, 50 years, they're probably going to make it to on an average to 90, 100 years or even more, depending on how healthcare systems develop in terms of lifespan. So yeah, who cares? I doubt that you look like 80 years, but I have to give you some props, because you're 50, almost 50 years old, and you are in NFTs, you are in crypto, you are watching people on YouTube, and so you are the most irregular boomer I've ever met, probably, right? So guys, give some props to Russ here for killing it on in the NFT and crypto space, because if I look at people the same age, like in my family, what they do at this hour is like watching the news and waiting for something to happen in their life, and then they think that saving on a bank account with 0.3% return or so is a good investment strategy, right? You might as well lose 80% on Ecomi, if you know what I mean. Not financial advice, neither one of them, right? Anyways, Russ killing it here. Jay says, what do you think will be implemented with regards to the Ecomi roadmap before the bull run? I'm not even sure if we will have the full VeVe or full implementation of the old OUP. Yeah, me neither, because we do not have an article. We just know that there's a loyalty program, what Jay says here, basically. I wish I knew how to highlight the comment here, but anyways, I know nothing. Russ is a legend, as Mr. Planet Prophet says here. Genuine says, I'm stacking a certain collectible low mint that no have purchased that much. Not many people have purchased that much. Hopefully they burn the remaining and make it scarce. Low mints that not many have purchased and you hope for burning it. That seems like a far-fetched one, but if not many have been buying it, maybe? Do you want to share it with us, Genuine? Do you want to pump your bags here? We are all legends, bro. Keep hodling, boys. Let's go. Bitcoin halving 1 year away. Actually, less than one year away. It's in next year, April. And then we are going to head in some really degenerate bull run here altogether. Jkill XRP says, VET and XRP to the moon. VeChain and XRP to the moon. Great, big news for those projects, for those crypto tokens. Genuine says, Hong Kong opening retail crypto trading June 1st. Hopefully VeVe will expand their market soon. Yeah, hope for the Asian market that was, I think, in the targets for already 2022. So we will see in a second there. Genuine says, 50-year-old here too, my friend. LFG, 50-year-old gang here in the channel. Guys, these are the most modern 50-year-olds that we have. So you guys are killing it. I'd like to join the old man club. you have to see. Maybe you can buy some potions, to rejuvenating potions or something like that. To do that, to get something out of it. 61 years old, 700 plus collectibles. And comics, master level 58 and 52 million OMI. VeVe is addictive. Appreciate you, PH. Great content. Thank you very much, Dave. And 61-year-old, you make Russ and Genuine feel better about themselves right now. Nonetheless, you make everyone else feel worse about themselves because you have 700 plus collectibles. That's absolutely crazy. And then you look at some of these family members that I mentioned before that don't even know how to turn on WhatsApp on their phones. So that's crazy, man. And now everyone is coming in here. 59 years old here and 55 years old gal here. So Donna Marie and Steve Friedlander. So that is, I didn't know that, guys. I didn't know that that this is actually who is watching my streams. That you guys have all of these ages, because I have seen that some people are 18 years old, some people are 20 something. Do we have younger people here? Do we have the young people here? Do we have the super old ones here? Do we have someone who can beat 61 years old? Or do we have someone who can beat, holy shit, 1,212 collectibles, 290 comics? Holy, I have more comics than you, but I will not even try to compare to. I have like 10% of your collectibles only, so that's I'm losing there. But do we have the young folks here as well? Yannick says, I turned 40 yesterday. Am I the youngest here on my own stream? I'm. By the way, guys, I don't look like it. Maybe I look like it. I don't want to say anything here before, but I'm actually 33 years old. So Russ says, spoiler alert, all subscribers are 50. Yeah. Hey, if that's the case, then I take it. There's no. I have the most modern 50-year-old community in the interwebs. That's for sure. Guys, I didn't know that, but I really appreciate you all sharing this with me. And then let's also then this created some wannabe news here. We have talked about this in February, and then OMI apparently even didn't know it. They said crypto exchange BingX now offers a OMI token. I've retweeted a tweet from someone who just posted this on 26th of February or so. So that's old news that they're bringing here. Yet it created some hype that we have some exchange that in any ranking about volume, 24 hours or I don't know how many hours, is apparently top 15 exchange based on reported volume and trust score, according to CoinGecko. So yeah, I wouldn't give too much on this. I've never heard about BingX before. The volume is not high. It didn't create in the last 2 months any significant volume for the Ecomi token. So I'm not excited about this, but Ecomi gets to post about something which is at least worth something, right? Mr. Planet Profit is 30, which makes him officially the youngest to come out here on the channel. Off topic, anyone buying Pulsex or Pulse Chain? If so, I need help. I need more money to buy more OMI. I have no idea about Pulse Chain, to be honest. And then we have BJN 1962. I love your channel. I still feel that until VeVe starts getting new fresh users, we will be stuck in this gems dilution situation no matter what IP we get. Yeah, so I made 2 big videos about this that got over, I think, 2,500 clicks or so. The one is broken gem economy, which explains the broken economy, and the other one is the huge gem problem, which I got criticized for pointing that out, which basically explains why why VeVe is incentivized to have the vault values dropping. So thanks for the nice feedback here, BJN. This is what keeps me going and grind. You have to see, guys, I couldn't do the morning stream. Why? Because I had to get up to get to a customer meeting. I was 13 hours in the company. I came back home, drank some water, sat on the balcony for 10 minutes, and then I started working on the stream. So here we are. And so that's my investment to you guys, to the community, to everything else, right? And also in myself, because I learned so much while doing these streams. I have a ton of fun doing them, and I get to build my YouTube channel here as well. So youngest now is Marcus Zim with 29, I think. Smarty Pants 31. So we have some younger investors here as well, or collectors, how I want to put it. Harbringer is here saying Servus, which is the way that people basically greet each other here in Bavaria, in the south of Germany, but only in this region because there are other regions in Germany. Justin is coming in with a very dark statement. It says "Rip OMI." We are going to look into that. There is hope. It's not dead yet, but it sure as hell looks a little bit, let's say, in these comics when the bird flies through a turbine, that's how OMI looks right now through me or for me. I will share my stacking collectibles when I reach my goals. Sorry, man. Okay, Genuine. We know that you're stacking some secret stuff. So if someone figures out your wallet, maybe we already will know. If not, you're going to reveal once you have your bags packed to us what the secret stacking is that you do. So BingX, International Digital Service Financial Institution, yada yada. Branch offices in Canada, the EU, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, which probably means that it at least cannot get shut down in the middle of its operations like they did with, what was that, Gate.io. Gate.io basically had to go out of the US, which then, made the volume go down so hard. So Gate.io at the time was one of the top 10 exchanges, the only real top 10 huge exchange that OMI had. So a lot of volume came from that, and then they basically went out of the US and the volume dropped to almost nothing, right? Russ says, Ecomi should hire you, mate. Dan, Dave, this guy knows more about the product than all other influencers put together. PH is the man. Thank you, Russ, for the kind words. I really appreciate that. Although, if they hire me, then I do not get to put out my objective opinion on this anymore. Then I have to go with the official company narrative. That's not something that we all want, right? So yeah, so this listing, nothing to really. So in my opinion, they didn't know that this listing happened. And also, back in the days, Gate.io did a guerrilla listing as well. When they listed OMI, they did that without talking back to the team. How do we know this? When the migration of the OMI token from GoChain to IMX happened, to an ERC20 token, basically, when that happened, it was unclear if people get the automatic migration on Gate.io. So Reese then said that they cannot confirm. They tried to check back with the Gate.io team if they would do the migration, but the Gate.io didn't answer. And then he explained that Gate.io had basically guerrilla listed OMI without checking back with the team, and therefore there's no control whatsoever from the Ecomi team, and they couldn't also consult on the migration from the OMI team, which then basically led to us knowing that first of all, it's possible that an exchange lists Ecomi without checking back with the team. They just can't do it. So an exchange can just say, hey guys, we just accumulated I don't know how many billions of tokens or 1 billion of tokens. That's our wallet. We're going to sell that on our exchange. They can do that. They do not need permission to list a token. So and then the question is, why doesn't just whatever exchange just list Ecomi, right? So yeah. Anyways. Probably there needs to be some effort done by the team to have the token listed. If they do not do the effort, that sure as hell can be because they don't want to do it right now, right? So yeah, 50-year-old looking like 35. Most people say that's good because then your biological clock is also of the opinion that you are only 35 years old, right? Okay, well, fair enough, but you deserve the VeVe light and mint 41 of the gold logo NFT then. Come on, Dave and Dan. Sort it out, please, guys. Hey, I don't know if the VeVe lamp will ever happen. I've criticized them a ton. And also... I hope you don't hear too much the background noise. And 41 logo. Yeah, I know what you're referring to, but you cannot expect that, and that's also already out. So, but I don't. So I didn't travel to the US. I didn't travel to the conventions where they handed out the gold logo. So I do not have one. I've never received any collectibles from the team, nor did I get one of these VeVe lamps. So that's the reality. But I mean, there are worse things than that, right? So yeah, let's see also, they have brought the April community update. So we actually got a community update, which is something to be happy about. And now I have to do this, what's that? To put this a little bit to the side here so that you can see it. And I'll get my camera also a little bit more out of the way. Just for seeing this. So they have put the community update out, merge accounts has ended, payout update, still no payout for everyone outside of the US, MCP, points, ranks, yada yada. MCP plus OUP is loyalty now. Both MCP and OUP will work together to give collectors more benefits. Within VeVe, first priority of loyalty program are OMI to NFT and creating opportunities to spend MCP points, crafting and burning, and so on. So, basically a lot of what's going to happen Also VeVeVerse, by the way, VeVeVerse is also on the roadmap. I can move that back now. VeVeVerse also going to be on the roadmap. I don't know. I'm not too happy, let's say, about this VeVeVerse thing, because I'm pretty afraid that it's not as good as some people think. So that's the article, basically. Community highlights here. VeVe is becoming like supporting a fam. Then they have the here to stay. They highlighted the here to stay. So I read some pretty funny comments that some people said, here because I'm over leveraged. So that might be the reality, the truth also for some people, right? So here to stay stuff, and then there's about Ecomi. So that's basically it. Now, what I wanted to share with you, very open, is something that I found right now in the depth of my Google Drive, and that's the OMI burn presentation, basically, where I produced all the material that I had. Let me get myself a little bit out of the way so that you can see this better, which I did for the videos, right? And you see here, these are from the different videos, and they reach way back. So for example, here I had some video series planned out, or here I was speculating which Star Wars drops we get. So Obi-Wan and Darth Vader happened, and Darth Maul didn't happen, and Grogu and stuff like that. So that was when we had the first announcement, right? So that it's super fun to revisit this, and also when I explained the gem economy and how the burns worked and so on. So a lot of this content actually went out of the window with what we are what we are getting with this loyalty program. So I will get to do different types and stuff about this. So this was way back here when I talked about the banned accounts, about my cousin and so on. And part of this, which I wanted to show to you guys here, is the Ecomi roadmap that I made then. Let me see if I can pull that up as a full screen. I think so. That looks good. Oh, that's, by the way, that's the animated one. So I have to put this all in here for us to see. That was the roadmap at the time, right? So that was, you see here, that was in, I think I made this video in, so here you see the trends that I put underlying the roadmap, marketing and awareness, AR, VR, tech, and education. And let me actually put my camera somewhere down here. I will put the camera then away as we speak. Because there's no space for the camera whatsoever. Anyways, so this was what was on the roadmap, and let's just go together and see what actually happened. Let me put this here. So in I hope you can see this, guys. If you cannot see it, then please let me know. But for Q3, Q4, it was announced. So they go to DCon and Comic Con. They have, holy shit. Are you serious? Vitimon, you're crazy. Oh my god. $50? That's like a whole blind box drop, man. Thank you so much, man. PhD, you're my favorite OMI VeVe YouTuber, as you put a lot of effort into your content, which I do appreciate. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. I don't know how much. I think you have already donated a ton, like even more, when I was streaming from my holidays in Brazil. That means so much to me. And by the way, Vitimon, you have created the nickname here, so I will never forget that. And also, I think you're around for more than a year or so. So that's absolutely nuts, dude. That's absolutely nuts. That's crazy. I hope you guys, I hope this is somewhat visible here in the chat or so, because that's just crazy. Phew. Holy moly! I've not even. Yeah, I'm trying to digest that, Vitimon, right? But yeah, true 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 supporter of the channel. What SL is also here in the chat. What's up, man? How are you doing, my brother? I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I'm sure there are a lot of the old logo VeVe lamps available. Yeah, sure, probably. There must be some people that have already given up on their channels. Yeah, Weverse was supposed to be out in April. Yeah, just hit 62 years old. Top Dog got accepted for Social Security MCP level 85. What does that mean? Social Security? Isn't that what they pay from the debt ceiling or so? I don't know. True, we're only here because we are over leveraged. Oh my god. Yeah, I hope you didn't remortgage your house twice, if you know what I mean. As 90s kid, Capcom is definitely the most exciting IP we've got. Looking forward to see Street Fighters. Yeah, there's a very good chance, Harbinger, that we are going to see Street Fighter, Resident Evil, and so on. Yeah, thank you so much, Vitimon. Once again, crazy stuff. Mr. Planet Prophet, Top Dog, Viti. How many German bones is that? What does that mean even? Vitimon says, you've got me through some tough times on layovers at multiple airports, my man. That's great. So that really makes me happy. So if I could just bring some, I don't know, fun and entertainment to you while you're sitting on an airport and, I don't know, missed a flight or had a delay or whatever, or just transit time, I know how it feels. I traveled several times in my life to Brazil. Many times. As you all know, I have a close private relationship to Brazil, as my girlfriend is from Brazil and her parents are still living in Brazil, and her entire family. So I was sometimes taking some crazy flights because they were cheaper, where I was like traveling like 30 hours straight or so. Not in the airplane, but with transit times on the airports. So I understand completely how you feel there, Vitimon. And is it just random what you are traveling on airports? Is that just a random time, or is it like more these evening streams that you can then catch? So I know what you basically what you guys need out there when you're stuck at airports. Yeah, Luke is also here. Luke, like crazy support every video, every stream. Man, thank you so much, guys. And if you want to support me in a free way, then just smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. That's the things that keep a channel going, and yeah, really grateful. Mr. K says hello. So if you say hello, are you hello K then? Just joking. Justin, it's a beer box in Germany. What? I don't know what you're talking about, man. What? True, because we're over leveraged. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. Anyways, once VeVe is still around for my 4-year-old son, I'm good. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. News Now Marijuana says 1 bone is $1 in US. How many German bones is $50? Is what Justin means. Oh, understood. I think dollar is a little. It must be like something like, I think 47, probably 47 euros or stuff like that. Nothing too crazy out of the line. There was a time not long ago where it was like on par. But let's get back to the roadmap here, because we really want to see how bad is it with Ecomi and VeVe. So, Decon Comic Con, they attended. They did with Marvel booth. That was great. People were still excited at the time, you remember? So that was the time more or less when I did the roadmap, before the Comic Con. And then it was the Designer Con where they announced Lambo. and where they showed the first iteration of VeVe. So people were in a good sentiment there, right? Bones is a street term for dollar meaning money. Okay, I learned something here. See, guys, I'm learning a lot from these interactions. Yeah, and then one of one NFTs were then still announced. So it's like big auctions. So that came as well. So we had that, right? These two came true. OUP final article. To be fair, they brought the OUP article out. Yet they then afterwards announced in this year right now that it doesn't matter because they have to redo it. The account merge was then announced and they did it, and now it ended, so that is concluded. And we also have the search bar updates, which search bar actually got pretty good because now I'm finding stuff what I'm actually looking for. And people said that there is not too much of effort in that, so one line of code would fix it, yada yada, but now you can search for specific mints, you can search for drops which are not beginning only with a word, so they did better, right, in that sense. So search updates, I think search bar update is concluded. MCP phase 1 is concluded, so that was announced for Q3, Q4, it came in Q1, Q2 somehow, right? Crypto to gems is in beta, is still in beta. I think they're still testing it. I don't know what they are doing around this right now, but it's still in beta. So basically what was planned for Q3, Q4 is here right now. OMI to gems would come together with crypto to gems, as I have the beta on the app, not gonna lie. New verticals. Did we get new verticals? We did. We got Phygital. With if that's a new vertical, I don't know if that's a new vertical. I think new vertical is something like sports NFTs, something like music NFTs. But you could argue that we got some of these verticals in the sense we get those movie poster things where you buy a movie poster like the I think that was already out, right? So I don't know if we really have new verticals. Comics and showrooms. When comics and showrooms? So here we are already past Q3, Q4 in the area of didn't happen, right? So then hiring, yeah, okay. They did hire people like Mitch. Mitch wasn't here on the team when I made this roadmap. So this is for everyone who's tuning in right now, that's an old roadmap, right? So I'm just trying to see what they did since I made this roadmap a little less than a year ago. Prototypes, now with the gauntlet drop and the burning of the collectibles and forge it into another collectibles, they basically laid the groundwork for prototypes. What are prototypes? They were announced around DesignerCon, I think. So this has the new button because it's actually the only thing that I inserted into the roadmap when the roadmap was already made and some of these people were coming in. So that was announced on DesignerCon that you would have a selection of certain collectibles, and if you burn all of these, like we had it right now, then you get a new collectible and it will be pretty scarce. So it's like the gauntlet, but for several things. So they could also imagine, for example, that you have certain comics, you select all of them, burn, and get a specific new comic out of that, which makes the other comics more scarce and creates a new one. Harbringer says, do you agree with Sam's post that VeVe without community worth nothing and our NFTs without self-custody are meaningless? Yes. Honestly, I agree. I really agree. Because, and they say it themselves. You just, so with a here to say, they say, hey, we have so good people, like our community is so great, here to stay, yada yada. So you have that community and you appreciate the community in that sense. But then you also have to say that you have to cater your solutions to this community, right? You cannot have here to stay, but then say, hey, our product is actually not meant for you. It's meant for another audience, which is not here, right? So it's not like this community tries to make VeVe into something it is not. It's actually VeVe that has been something, Web3, decentralization, not really decentralization in this terms of brands, but they have announced self-custody at the time. They have made advertisement based on these are NFTs minted on the blockchain. You can have self-custody. You will be able to transfer them out and put them onto other exchanges. You will be able to use them in games. Ready Player One. That is all what they said, which is why I am here. It's not that I am here and trying to make an app that is focused on the absolute retail user that has no idea and try to force them into something they're just not. It's us, you, everyone who is here in this chat right now and talking with me about Ecomi, who is here because of something that they found appealing in the beginning idea. So first of all, sometimes I had the feeling that sometimes, not right now, but sometimes I had the feeling that they don't deserve the community that is around them. But on the other hand, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? That were the moments when I was a little bit pissed, right? Because, for example, moments when David Yu just tells someone to take a chill pill, although he's just memeing around and trying to announce or tease something. But it's just, those were the moments when I was mad. On the other hand, they have built this community with their product. So they are tapping into this community. They have financed their solution with this community. And are our NFTs worth anything without self-custody? I would put it that way. They are worth something still, but they're not yours. It's just like not your keys, not your crypto. It's just, let's say if you could only trade Bitcoin on exchanges and you couldn't take it off of exchanges and you cannot do anything else with it, would it still have the same value as it has today? Or does it have the value exactly because you can self-custody Bitcoin, take it off of exchanges and just transfer on the means you want to, right? You can send it directly to another wallet address if you want to. You can just pay someone with it. You can send it to someone. You can give a present. You can sell it in exchange for something else. You can use an exchange if you want to. You can go bankless. You can use a DEX if you want to. So I think there will be a lot of value added if you can use the NFTs in the way you want to. So like, if I own a Batman NFT and I want to just transfer this to my cousin, why can't I do that, right? Who cares if there are OTC deals if you do so much? You would sell out so huge, because think about this. If we just could, let's say a drop that didn't sell out, like Monster Hunter, for example. But if all the drops before would have sold out, Monster Hunter would have sold out as well, right? Just because prices would go. Why would prices go crazy? Because people that can sell outside of the app on other exchanges by direct transfer, by OTC deals, they would go for the next drop to be able to sell that outside of the app. They would just go right to the source, like other people do as well, whenever there is a big brand dropping NFTs, because they want to sell it on OpenSea. So you would, as VeVe, you would just do the primary launch. You would capitalize on enforced royalties as well on the secondary market on VeVe and on other markets that you could bring. And in the end, you would drive up the price by letting people to do OTCs after a while, maybe drive the price of those collectibles up, which then makes it worth to come back and to participate in other drops, and would scatter out the brand, the NFTs throughout the space. So that, in my opinion, that's a good thing. Casually saying, Vitimon says, casually saying, I forgot to sign the DocuSign was had me say, what? In my Russell Westbrook voice, YouTube that PhD if you don't get the ref. YouTube that PhD if you. Okay, so you're saying that I should look that scene up in that voice. Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. So that was, let me just get that, Russell Westbrook voice. So I'll look that one up later, right? Don't want to get a copyright strike here anyways. Had me saying I meant to say autocorrect, jack that up, no problem. I will look that up, and then imagine you saying what in that voice. Although I can, imagine that. Anyways, so that's how I feel about the NFT. So what Harbinger says here is, without self-custody meaningless, actually not if we get interoperability, which is not the same. Like, you can have self-custody, meaning I can put my NFTs on a cold wallet and just store them for me. Or I get interoperability, meaning that I can bring my collectible into another world, like into a game, into a metaverse, which also will create utility for the collectible and bring up the value. So interoperability can also be that I can use the secondary market for VeVe, and I can also use auctions on rareables, but yet I cannot do OTC deals, I cannot go on OpenSeas and so on. So they could actually do an integration with rareables and enforce royalties in the IMX ecosystem without granting full interoperability, full self-custody and so on. So there is a way. Now let's see. Buying L2 OMI in the app. We don't know if that will ever come, but it didn't come yet, and that's on the roadmap for since a long time, right? And they said before that the if you guys remember, because we tend to forget stuff that they said, but if you guys remember, they said the web app is the necessary thing to then have purchasing OMI directly in the VeVe app, right? So this would also create more volume for OMI, but then again, you also need to have a reason why you would have to buy a OMI, and that also needs to be in the app. So there needs to be something like listing your collectibles in OMI for getting OMI, and then someone loading up OMI or buying OMI directly in the app to purchase that way, because it could be then cheaper to purchase in OMI than in gems and so on. So that there could be like something that just is trending up. Then Epico Regal starting the CS burns. Honestly, I have not heard from Epico Regal since a long time, and I don't know if that game is still alive. If anyone is playing Epico Regal, I don't know if you guys are playing Epico Regal or not. Exchanges, guys, not gonna lie, exchanges are here. BitUbo and what did I say before? What's the one that came in February? Like BitX or something like that. So super small exchanges. I should change. I will do a remake of that roadmap, what we still have in front of us, what changed and stuff like that. So this is the old roadmap still. Interoperability, it's here. Burn collectibles, we partially have that. OUP phase 1, that's out of the window with the loyalty program, right? Hardcore marketing, we didn't see so much of the hardcore marketing right now, right? But on the other hand, I mean, DesignerCon, Comic-Con, that's somehow marketing. And then also, right now, I don't know if you saw this, because people tend to care less and less about the drops at the moment, but they brought out a Disney comic that is actually not available in the physical world yet. Apparently it's coming out later this year, but it's only available at the moment on VeVe, which is a big thing. But what I don't get is why do they not make a big deal out of this? Why do they not advertise this on all channels? Why do they not go to Disney and say, look guys, let's have an advertisement on Disney Plus for that specific digital comic on the app, right? Reduction in fees. They said that this could come in the future, maybe. Renting collectibles, that's for the VeVeverse probably. Then big brands like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh! That have been teased. That was on the roadmap, although they never said they had them, but they teased all of them already. Fractional ownership is a thing that could be happening. We don't know about this. They talked about this at some point. Customizable collectibles. Do we have that? That's actually a weird one as well, guys, because actually you cannot see that anymore. That point, I said I would remove here my camera, so there you go. So customizable collectibles is here, fractional ownership here. So we have the lightsabers, right? And then we have the Luke Skywalker lightsaber, and then we get Luke Skywalker with another lightsaber. And the question is, shouldn't Luke Skywalker be like a collectible without lightsaber, so we can then put the lightsaber in hand, and only the people that have the lightsaber can equip the Luke Skywalker with it? That's just something that I thought. Maybe we will be able to like switch out the lightsaber. I don't know if that's possible, but so far we haven't seen anything of that. Then accessories, we don't have them yet, but we did see something. Land sales, remember when they said like we should be having the land sales? Was it by the end of 2021 or so when it was expected? The first land sales for the VeVeverse. I think, honestly, with this one, I think they are waiting for how is it called, the bull run, right? They are waiting for the bull run. You see, my brain is starting to get fried, so I will not make it much more. Third P2E game, so play to earn games. I think did we get another play to earn game besides Epico Regal, which was not really play to earn in that sense? Though I think there was one championship of earning OMI or so in Epico Regal, but then after that I didn't hear from them anymore. So if anyone knows that, I would be glad to know about this. And then let me get the chat to the side here as well. Then also we have Binance, Coinbase, big exchanges. Don't know if this will happen. VeVe as a publisher, which is somehow with the comic, maybe. There should be really exclusive, only VeVe Marvel comic. That would be super, super cool. VeVe as a publisher. And then Binance, Coinbase, NFT integration into the marketplace. That's only possible with the bull run because they don't care about NFTs when no one cares. And then finally the launch of the VeVeverse. Right now, apparently the launch or the beta of the VeVeverse is somewhere in the front, which I don't agree at all. I think the VeVeverse should something be later, right? When another hype is coming back. Yeah, guys, what do you think about this roadmap? Is Ecomi and VeVe doing bad according to this whole roadmap overview? I have mixed feelings because I'm extremely bullish on VeVe still. On VeVe, I'm not so bullish with regards to Ecomi token because there's just nothing to base my opinion on. There's no GitHub where I can see developments on Ecomi. There's no development progress where I can see what's happening with Ecomi right now. There is promises that are as old as the inception of the VeVe app, basically. Whereas on the VeVe app, I can see the development. I can see things happening. On the VeVe app, which is supposed to be the backbone of Ecomi and give value to Ecomi, on VeVe I can see things are happening. Although they are slow, they are happening, right? So, for example, like the Craft and Burn event, for example, like the search bar update that they have done right now, all the tiny things, that the licenses that they are constantly bringing, working on. I think my chat just broke because on the screen the chat is going. Oh no, it didn't. I can see that one. Really worthless. I don't agree with him. I like the argument Dr. Prophet brought in Captain VeVe's interview with gold and other assets in the banks. What do you? So I'm not quite sure. I think I translated that AMA, but it's already a while ago, so it's available and as in translation on my channel. maybe you can just put the argument in like a couple of words so that we can see what he said. But yeah, you don't agree with me or with you don't agree with me on that they are worthless if you don't have self-custody or interoperability. So for me it's like self-custody and operability is a value driver. I'm not saying that they are completely worth less, but they are worth less than I would say if they had interoperability. And you would see that directly, right? Prices would just shoot up if there was interoperability. We saw that when people speculate on art NFTs being the first to get interoperability because it's easy. Guys, please, you cannot tell me that there's no one of these smaller artists allowing VeVe to make these NFTs interoperable. Because they say, yeah, Disney has a problem with that, and they don't. Why don't you just do it with Patrick Hughes, right? His NFTs are on OpenSea anyways, with other projects. So I think so, at least. I'm not a pro here in that sense. Yeah. So and then also the trends that I marked here, marketing and awareness. Yeah, the blog is good for that. They are doing something in that, and in general, like crypto and NFTs, they are increasing in awareness, but also there's a bear market right now, so they have decreased in overall awareness. That's also true, right? So yeah, and then AR VR tech, actually with the Apple logo here, we are going to get on the 6th of June, 5th of June, I think, 5th of June. We are probably going to see the announcement of the virtual reality headset, not of the Apple glasses, but the virtual reality headset from Apple. And then we will see how good this already is and how far we are out to really have something that we can all enjoy, right? So yeah. And then in terms of education, I put the education layer here because people need to be educated about NFTs. Why did I put Instagram and Meta here? Because at the time, it seemed that these are going to put the concept of NFTs to the mainstream. And right now, we see that they are going a little bit away from the entire concept, especially metaverse. So probably takes more time until the halving and the upcoming bull run to enjoy these gains with the NFT market, right? So yeah, I don't know why my stream chat is updating before I get the actual message, but here it is. So with regards to the self-custody one, Dr. Profit brought an example in a really smart way about assets that we don't own physically, but they are numbers, contracts with a bank or bro. Yeah, it's true. Like for trading, you can buy parts of gold and resell it at the same time. You don't have to get it out of the bank. But I think the I don't know if it's exactly what he meant because I cannot see his argument right now, but just with regards to gold, let's say gold was only available in banks and you could never own a gold bar or a gram, and you could never say, I want to take this coin of gold to my home to have it as a backup in case I need to purchase something in a complete meltdown, world war crisis, whatever. If you wouldn't have that chance and it's only stays with the bank, stays in our custody, you can buy it or sell it, but you cannot take it out, you cannot take it home, you cannot give it to someone else, besides transferring officially with royalties, then gold would not have the same value as it has because you can self-custody it. Right? So having OMI in the VeVe app would be huge. OMI to gems, NFT buying OMI etc. Don't forget to smash that like button, everyone. Yeah, guys, 45 people here. I really appreciate that, guys. Thanks for joining me here on that live stream. And yeah, smash up the like button as hard and as much as you can. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to have evening streams as well. I'll be doing more of them regarding Ecomi and everything that's going on in the crypto space. Charles Delgado is saying, I'm excited for the comic drop on Thursday. First appearance of Scorpion and a 9.8 comic last sold for 42k in September 2021. Holy moly. So yeah, let's look at that. Vitimon says, you think you could get Reese on to try and get some revelations? I will try. Honestly, Vitimon, I will try. After the stream, I will message him and ask him if we could do a no BS OMI VeVe stream. I will ask Reese if he would be willing to come up. Although I think they are quite careful at the moment with that. But yeah, sure as hell. Maybe going to ask him some questions there about how OMI is doing these days. And would be pretty good to get some answers from Reese directly. So that, I think that's a great idea. What do you guys think about this? Appreciate a Reese appearance on the Patient Hodler channel. That would be great. And also we could debunk some of the FUD, let's say, if we get the real, or we could increase the FUD if Reese wouldn't give these answers, right? So yeah, that would be good. Yeah, no BS. Yeah, that's what I would call it, right? So at least I would ask no BS questions. Trust the process. VeVe is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah, but people already. So here's the thing: if you are not trained and you cannot even run 2 kilometers, you can die with running a marathon. So keep that always in mind, right? That's basically that was my before that roadmap, by the way. So there are a lot of gold things here. That one is cool. I have to show this to you. That one was when I speculate way back when I speculated when I bought these, and I speculated if we could get the gauntlet, and I speculated also if we have the set there. If we would get the Aladdin. So one came true and one didn't, right? But we're sometimes you get it, sometimes you get God, right? So we put the camera over this and just pretend I did call only the gauntlet. Is that right? Like this, right? So yeah, I'm a genius. But yeah, honestly, so there are some really cool old but gold things here from in the stuff in the old roadmaps, let's say. What did I want to look at? Oh yeah, right. So let me get to the subscribers or to the rare hodler screen for a second, because I'm going to pull up the newest drop here for you guys. Where is the VeVe? Where is the VeVe? Here is the VeVe. So there we go. Get my face out of the way up here. What do we have? What's that? That's the new breakdown for the Spider-Man that they do with Quarry, probably. That's the comic drop that you're referring to. So guys, I think who was that? Charles Delgado said, I'm excited for that comic drop on Thursday. First appearance Scorpion, a 9.8 comic that sold for 42,000. So that's this one, right? Is that one? Thursday, you say? Yeah, that's Thursday. So that's the comic drop. The secret rare looks pretty good. I love the white cover ones. They really actually, Harbinger, I have way more comics than on that print there. If you mean me, that screenshot was from over a year ago. I have 400. I think I have, no, I have, what do I have? Let me just check that out quickly, how much I have. I will show you what my current stack looks like. I think you got me wrong there. That was not my my actual current collection. This is my yeah, I'm at 350 comics and 124 collectibles. Where is the camera? There you go. So that's my current stack there, and 21 sets because I lost some sets by crafting that gauntlet. So yeah, that's, and I put the camera above the chat, which is always not good. So there we go. That's the comic. So guys, I think this one I will go for the comic. I will go for the drop. Yeah. So yeah, not so bad my stack. I have 350 comics and I have like 12 secret rares there. So that's for sure. But a little bit better than that super old screenshot there. Don't get me wrong on this one. Let's also quickly check out what our beloved Ecomi price is doing. So here we are. That's the Pumperino that we got there from. Yeah, so I think the trend is clear. You really don't need my my drawings into that one, right? I think the trend is pretty clear there. Also, with regards to this latest little pump, I mean, we have seen that so many times, and all the time people are getting bullish. It's like, this time is going, why is that not updating, by the way? Let me update this one. Yeah, there we go, and now it should be, yeah. So here's my beautiful circle. This time it's the reversal. The bottom is in. We are never going to get better prices for Ecomi. See, it's going up. It's going up. It's going up. And that's basically the history of the last 1.5 years. And if you zoom out, you will find more examples. Here we have a pump. Here we have a pump. Here we have a pump. And although we have all these last chances to buy the Ecomi token, you get what I mean, right? So until, that's why I said on the stream with Jordan Rees, on around the Ecomi verse, when I was talking with Foster, is that I want to see a reversal or something that is fundamentally backing up Ecomi before I allocate more money. I've also been saying on my morning streams, if you guys were subscribed to my channel, you would know that by now, that when we lost this level, I said, if we don't get above this, I'll stay bearish. Otherwise, I would have maybe seen that we have some sideways accumulation here, but we lost that level. We came up, hit our head on a dead cat bounce here. Previous massive support became resistance. Right here, that's resistance now. And then there's something else that I want to show you because you see this is the daily chart, right? So each candle is a day. You see these two moving averages, right? So what we had throughout the entire bear market is that this I don't know even what exactly that is. I think that's the 200 and the 50 or something like that. It was resistance. Whenever we broke that one, it was resistance. We broke it and then we got rejected on the 200, right? And then it was resistance. We broke it, support, got rejected on the 200, and so on. So you see what I'm talking about, right? So these moving averages have both acted as resistance, basically since they exist, right? And when we were still bullish, they were more like support or whatever. We had this big cross, like this, let's say is it the death cross or something? And then from there, we never had a cross. So what I want to see, at least, is that we flip above these moving averages for Ecomi for me to get bullish. And then there's another thing that I wanted to show to you, and that is, if you think that one of these pumps is a reversal, then you should also check the volume. And there is no volume, right? There was a point where I said this could have been the reversal, because there's one thing that indicates that, and that is that here is a little bit of more volume. Like, you see how this volume came up, but then I thought that maybe if we get these massive candles like this green one and like the massive volume, it's no comparison to what we had before in volume, but it's still bigger than everything else. So I would expect long wicks like this one, but more of them, paired with increasing volume, and then the OMI price flipping above these averages. Something like that, right? It's always like on a day-to-day basis, and also paired with fundamentals. There's no such thing than pure TA, in my opinion. Yeah, so let's see. Harbinger says great, still about 300. Yeah, also, I mean, you could technically take $200 and buy 100 comics, right? The $2 ones. But the quality of the comics also matters. The pump is only Randy Chavez whales. Yeah, I don't know about that, because actually, so here's the thing about that story. The total volume, let's actually check this out. Let me show you this. About that story of whales buying. Let's do some analysis here, some little. So first of all, the entire market cap of Ecomi is 174 million US dollars. That's not a super small cap, in my opinion. There's still room for downside in that sense. And I will explain to you in a second why I think there is more downside. This is important, right? The volume is only 283,000, and we are on a green streak, right? We are 10% up against BTC on the last 30 days. So that's the only good metrics. But in comparison, year to date, and the entire one is still worse. We are still down. So if you would have held US dollar, you would be 63% better year to date, and probably over 90% better than holding the Ecomi token. The same with Bitcoin, and the same with Ethereum. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and US dollar were better holds than the Ecomi token until the point of reversal, right? That's important. Now, let's say you have a total volume of 283,000. So like I outlined here. And Randy's whale bought 11 million OMI over several days, right? How much is 11 million OMI? 11 million OMI is like what, 5,000 US dollars? Do you think that 5,000 US dollars on a daily traded volume of 283,000 causes this? I'm not sure about that, right? Not sure about that. I don't know. It could be. But I mean, that's only one exchange, and then it's Gate.io. So, but in general, I mean, bots are trading back and forth always to arbitrage and so on. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to let you know that on a trading volume of almost 300,000 US dollars, probably 5,000 US dollar total, even if you would have dropped that one into the order books, should not cause OMI to go up for these are also 3 days, right? 15%. It just, and it says here that this is a 96.1 million volume or so, which is definitely not. So that's wrong. But yeah, but it's yeah, it shot up here and then someone sold right into it. So, and RSI is, a stochastic RSI is implying downside. So now, once again, if you have seen my morning streams, you would know this already, but let's look at CoinLore. This is the Ecomi price against the US dollar since the beginning of time. So here you see it, 4 zeros, guys. So, sorry, you cannot see that. Where can I put the camera so that it doesn't annoy anyone? So you see that. Okay, let's put it here. So 4 zeros, 4 zeros, 3, and there's even 4025. That's, look at where they are. We're at 0006. That's a 20 to 30x that the people that got into OMI here are still up. They are still sitting in the green, right? So you have to see that if you are asking yourself why someone would sell right now, it's because they might have gotten in here at 237, 4 zeros, 220, 4 zeros. This is like, yeah, you get me? And now the volume is as inexistent as it was here, and we are waiting for this to happen again, right? And for that we need something that attracts people to the OMI token, right? So yeah, and that's why I refuse to buy OMI right now, because I want to see something first. Do you agree? Let me know. Do you disagree? Let me know. Yeah, so that's basically what is happening on CoinLore, or what is displayed on CoinLore. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for coming to the live stream. On your way out, smash up the likes, subscribe to my channel, tick the little bell to always get notified, and have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, wherever you are on the world. And see you in the